Hello guys. So we are going to continue our discussion on Python series, and in this video we are going to deep dive into operators, and we will see how with the help of Python we can perform different operations. Now I'll show you what we are going to cover today. So first we are going to do introduction to operators. Then we are going to see the different types of arithmetic operators: addition, subtraction, multiplication, division, floor division, modulus, exponentiation. And then we are going to see the comparison operators with equal to, not equal to, greater than, less than, greater than or equal to, less than or equal to. And then we will cover the logical operators and or not. And we are going to cover many practical examples and will come across some of the common errors. We are going to execute a lot of examples for each of these operators when we write a Python code. We would need these operators while developing our projects also. So stay tuned till the end and we are going to create a small project using Python operators. Okay, so first we will see and we will understand what are arithmetic operators. I'm creating a variable and assigning it a value of 10, and then I'm creating another variable b. I'm assigning the value as 5. Okay, now let's see what all arithmetic operations we can do with these two variables. First, we will do addition. Add result as a variable and I'm assigning it the value of a plus b. Okay, this is nothing but addition. And then I'm going to create another variable called sub result and I'm going to assign it a value of a minus b. Subtraction. And then I'm going to create another variable called multiplication result and I'm going to store the value a multiplied by b. Sorry. And the next would be division result. A divided by b. And this is going to be division. And then we have something called floor division. Floor result is equal to a divided by b. So don't worry, we are going to cover and we are going to discuss why we are using this floor division and what is the difference between the floor division and the regular division. Okay, floor division. And then we'll see modulus result is equal to a modulus b. Okay. And then we have something called exponent result. I will be assigning the exponential value. So e to the power b. So this is exponent. Okay, and then we will see how we can get the result of all of these operators or operations that we performed here. So I'm going to print all the variables now. Add result. I just copy and paste it here. Now let's execute and we'll see the output of all of these arithmetic operators. Okay. So first time when you're running a cell, it will be asking for an environment. So I'm just selecting this one. Okay, so here is the output. So the result first we'll see what was the variable assigned, 10 and 5. Okay, so 10 plus 5. Now subtraction, this is for multiplication, this is for division, and this is for floor division. Okay, modulus and power. Okay, so what happens is, now let me explain you what is the difference between division and floor division. Okay, so suppose I'm doing here 21 divided by 5. what I'll be getting 4.2. Okay. So this is our regular division method or division operator. Now if I do 21 double slash 5, which is floor division, let's see what the output would be. So this will return only 4. So this is just ignoring the decimal part and it's retrieving the floor value of the operation. Hope you're clear on the division and floor division part. Now let's proceed towards the comparison operator. So the first comparison operator we are going to check is the equal to. Is nothing but we are going to use double equal to here. Okay. So let me create a variable a is equal to 10, b is equal to 10. Okay. So it's clear that both of these are equal. And if I want to compare these variables, I'll have to do something like this. A double equals to b. Okay. So when we execute this, this will return true, performing an equal to operation. Okay, here is the output. So A double equals to B is equal to true. It returned the output as true. Now let us, so this was comparison operator in integers. Let us do the same comparison. Let us use the comparison operator on string data type. Okay, what I'll do, I'll create a variable called str1. I'll assign this as Ikshita. And then I'll create another variable str2. I'll assign the same variable maybe. Okay, let us see how it behaves. str1 double equals to str2 and we'll run this. So the value or the output is true here. If I do str1 not equals to str2, so this is the not equal to operator. Okay, it returns false. An exclamatory mark and equals to. So this is not equal to. Let me create another variable called str2 is equal to, okay, sorry, str3 is equal to Ipshita and str4 is equal to Ipshita, but this time I'll be writing it in small letters. And I'll do str3 is not equal to str4. So what should be the output for this? This is true because str1 is not equal to str3 is not equal to str4 because one I have written the I in capital and the other variable I have assigned the value with I as small letter, lowercase. So these two are not equal, and because we are saying these two are not equal here, str3 is not equal to str4, it's returning the output as true. Okay, let me create another cell and we'll perform another operation called greater than. Okay. I'm creating a variable num1 is equal to 45, num2 is equal to 55. When I do num1 greater than num2, ideally it should be false because 45 is not greater than 55. Okay, this is false. We'll go to the next example now. Okay, we'll see the use of less than operator. So we will print num1 less than num2. Earlier we saw greater than, now we'll see the less than operator on the same variable. So this is true because 45 is less than 55. Now we are going to see greater than or equal to operator. All these are comparison operator, guys. Okay. Number 1 is equal to 45. Number 2 is equal to 45. Now when I do print number 1 is greater than equal to number 2. So it's giving the output as true. Now let's see less than or equal to. I'll create another cell less than or equal to. So num1 is equal to 44. Num2 is equal to 45. and I'll print this, print num1 less than equal to num2. Let's see the output here. For less than or equal to, it's true because 44 is for sure less than 45. So it's returning the output as true. By now, you would have a clear picture on comparison operators and their uses, and we also covered the arithmetic operators. Now let's go to logical operators. Logical operators. Okay. So there are three common logical operators. The first one is AND, then we have something called NOT, and then we have OR. So we are going to see the use of all of these logical operators. So focus here. I'm creating a variable x. I'm assigning it the value as true. I'm creating another variable y. I'm assigning the value as true. Okay. Now if I create another variable called result and I'm doing x, I'm using a logical operator and. So I'm writing here result is equal to x and y. Sorry, this has to be in lowercase. Okay. I'm writing result as x and y. In case of AND operator, both the variables x and y has to be true for the output to be true. Otherwise, it will return false. So let's just print the output of result to see how the logical operator works. Okay, so output for x and y is true because both these variables holds the value true. So let's just tweak this out. We'll just modify this and we'll see when I assign the x variable as true and y as false, suppose, and I'm printing the result. I'm printing uh, x, where is x, and y. So because one of the variable y is false, x is true, so the result of AND operator is false here. Okay. Now we will go ahead with the OR operator. I'll create one cell, OR operator. Okay. So assign x as false, y as true. So for OR operator, right, any one of the variable x or y, if any one of them is true, OR operation will result as true. Only if both of them are false, it will result as false. So let's see the result. Result is equal to, I'll scroll this down a bit. Result is equal to x or y in small. Okay. Now print result. Let's see this. Okay, because one of the variable is true, it will always result as true. For this to be false, what we'll have to do is we will be having both the values as false just to check the OR operator is false only when both of them are false. Okay, clear on this? Now we'll see how the NOT operator, the last logical operator, how NOT operator works. NOT. So I'm taking one variable x, I'm assigning the value as false, and I'm doing not x. Okay, so this is nothing but inverse of x. So if I'm assigning it as false, it should return true. If I give x is equal to true, not of x will return false. Okay, so this is all on logical operators. Now let's start with a simple project. We'll go ahead with a simple project using all the arithmetic operators that we have used. I'll be creating a simple calculator for you. So I'm creating one variable num1. I'm assigning it as, so I'll be asking the user for input. Okay. So a float variable, and I'm asking input to user with a question to enter the first number. Okay. Similarly, I'll be creating another variable called num2, and I'm asking the user for the second number. So user will be entering these numbers, and then we are going to perform some arithmetic operations. So first one would be addition is equal to num1 plus num2. Similarly, we will be doing subtraction is equal to num1 minus num2. Then we will be doing multiplication is equal to num1 multiplied by num2. Then we will do division is equal to num1 divided by num2. Then we will do floor division is equal to num1 double slash num2, and then modulus is equal to num1 modulus num2. Then we are left with exponentiation is equal to num1 to the power num2. Then let's go ahead and display each of these operators one after the other. Okay, so we have used all the arithmetic operators and we are just going to execute this cell. It gives some error. Okay, I missed one comma here. Okay. Okay. So if you see at the top right here, it's asking for the user input. So I'll be entering the first number as suppose 10. And it's asking me for the second number, I'll give it as 5. So addition, if you see 10 plus 5, it gives 5. Subtraction, then multiplication, division is 2. Floor division is also 2. And then modulus, and then the exponent. Okay. So I hope you're able to understand regarding Python operators now. This was it from my side. I'll see you in my next video on Python control flow. Thank you.